Hi everybody, it's Lacey again. I just wanted to take a moment and talk about a funny conversation that Brooke and I had today. So we were talking about the holidays, which if this is your first year co-parenting, the holidays are kind of tricky. And, you know, Parker's dad and I, when we first started co-parenting, we did not have it figured out. And so our plan was written very black and white. There is no gray areas. This is the time you're going to get Parker. This is where you're going to get him. This is who's going to drop off, who's going to pick up, etc. Because we couldn't get along, and we needed it spelled out very clearly for us. Fast forward to this year, none of us even remembered whose Halloween it was. You know, we had already planned on spending it together, so it didn't really matter. But we had to go back and read the plan just as a formality on what time he was technically supposed to be at Brandon's house, and, you know, if he was supposed to stay the night or what we were supposed to do. And, you know, ultimately we left it up to Parker, and he got to decide everything. And, you know, it's his life he's got to figure out. And I think it's really important that we take his input in over anything that's on paper. So the way that we have our plan written is whoever gets Halloween, the other parent gets Thanksgiving. And I guess I didn't realize that, you know, or I guess remember that Brandon had Halloween. So that meant that Thanksgiving was mine. And I had no idea he was supposed to be with me for Thanksgiving until I kind of was thinking about it. And I was like, oh my goodness, Parker's with me for Thanksgiving. You know, I have to make sure we have a plan for that. And so, you know, I jokingly text Brooke today and I was like, hey, I completely spaced on Parker being with me for Thanksgiving this year. And we're going to go down and see my sister. So we're either going to leave, you know, Wednesday night or Thursday morning, kind of depending on what Parker wants to do. And she's like, you know, being jovial and just said, well, you know, according to the plan, you can't have him till 5 p.m. And I was like, oh, well, dang it. That is very difficult for my plans that I don't actually have put in place yet on when we're leaving. But, you know, I just thought that was kind of silly. And, you know, a couple years ago, we weren't here. A couple years ago, I would have had to pick him up at 5 o'clock. And, you know, I would have to know where I'm getting him from and what time and be super specific because, you know, it's not a bad thing to have a plan written like that. We honestly needed it. And I think had we had a plan with a lot of gray area, it would have just had us fighting more. And so having this plan that's very straightforward and to the point was, you know, really beneficial for all of us. And now, because we get along so well and, you know, we've figured out what works for us and our family, that we can just, you know, kind of be silly now and kind of forget which holidays who has. And, you know, at the end of the day, if it doesn't work for that parent or those families' plans, then we can swap and we can change things. And again, we can have Parker's input. You know, he's almost 11. And so he gets to have a say in things now too, which I think is awesome. Anyways, you know, it's almost a 4-minute video. I just wanted to tell you about a super funny story that happened today with Brooke and I via text message. And that's it. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a fabulous Monday. See you later.